You mean a wild yeast?
Wild yeast.
Wild yeast that exists naturally in the vineyards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And the reason, obviously, I'm not a crazy man. Before to do that, I did some research. I did some study with the University of Florence that helped us to do that. But mostly of the winery in Tuscany have an history in the back, 40, 50 years in the same place they making wine. That means who do the selection? Why I have to go to buy a strain of yeast in Australia, selected in Australia, when I have a strain of yeast selected in my cellar, in the wall, in the valve, in the hose, in the pump. I have just to take care that all the strain of yeast I have naturally in the cellar are good yeast. Yeah. And to do that, you start a relation with the university. They follow up the first 2-3 vintage, and you try to do some spontaneous, and if are good, why not? And now we are doing 100% spontaneous, because we know that the strain of yeast we have naturally in our cellar are good. And what I'm doing now, because the problem you will have is that normally a spontaneous fermentation starts a little bit later than when you add yeast, no? And the time, the 3, 4, 5, sometimes is 6 days you have to wait before the fermentation starts, especially at the start of the harvest. There you really have a big risk. What I do in that case, we pick a little bit of grape in different area of the states 1 week before harvest, and we live in a small tank in the middle of the room of the cellar, in the different room, and we do like a natural contamination, you know. And when we really start to pick the grape, we already have the contamination of our strain of yeast in the cellar.